What's up guys? Today we're taking a small detour to every car guy's dream shop, and that is UpGarage. Now this one is the biggest in all of Japan. I have been to other UpGarages here in Japan, but not at the scale of this size. This is my first time at this specific one, so let's go check it out. I'm mostly excited about checking wheels out because I'm a big wheel guy. If I see a set of reasonably priced wheels, I will do whatever it takes to bring them back home. I'll throw them in my luggage, I'll wrap them up and throw them in a check-in. So I'll check that out later. It's not just a parts store. You can actually get your car serviced here, and it doesn't have to be specifically a older 90s car. Your regular cars can get work done here as well, whether it be tires or oil changes, small stuff like that, or even alignments. I think that's what they're doing right now. Let me start from the left side of the store to the right. You got a bunch of brands such as Blitz, HKS. This tag will give you a little information about the part. Well, this one is for an R34 and it gives you the price and a description. If you have a hard time confirming if the part will fit your car, you can always use Google Translate and just take a picture of the description box. But something to note, you cannot take coilovers or any kind of shock related part on the airplane, whether it be a check-in or carry-on, because it has gas, I believe, and it's something having to do with the pressure. I'll see if I can get more information about that, but something about the pressure change and the gas it's inside the shocks. I've had friends who have taken coilovers with them and at the airport have been stopped and they told them like, you can't take these on, and they have to leave them behind. But next we got some random mufflers. This one's for an S2000. Not sure what brand, but holy shit. You got a hole back there. They also have the most randomest parts, like this little turbo for a Suzuki. Oh shit, this one's actually for a 2JZ. Priced at 3,000 yen. That's actually not a bad deal, if this works. He got 3 pistons out of some sort of Suzuki, maybe a K car of some sort. More random coilovers and struts. This is something that a lot of UpGarages don't have, and that is transmissions and engine blocks and more transmissions. This one's for an FD. Transfer cases and differentials. Need 46 transmission. I think this is an automatic one. Head of, I don't even know. There's no description on here. This is a bunch of random parts just scattered on the floor. Used clutches. This one's for RB. This one's for a Miata, an NA, NB Miata. I'm not sure if the 1.6 and the 1.8 use the same clutch. If any Miata guys can chime in and let us know if the 1.6 and 1.8 use the same clutch. And this one's for an S660. The K car that we saw at our salon, the one that was converted to an NSX. We got random rotors, calipers. This is actually probably the coolest thing here. This is a full turbo setup for the same turbo that I have, but it comes with the manifold, the triangle flange that I had a hard time finding and fitting up my turbo with, the TD06 20G, all the couplings for it, the drain pipes, the plumbing lines, for this much. This is listed for any JZX 100, but it should also work for any 1JZ VVTi. This would be great if you are looking to get a TD06 without having to do all the fabrication work, without having to mismatch parts, getting a different manifold. It's all Greddy parts, so everything works together as one. A random assortment of OEM air filters, and then you have the aftermarket cone styles over here. If you're running an HKS filter, I think that there was a problem with these where the foam parts inside it would come off and get stuck inside the turbo. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that from a lot of people, and I mean, I guess I can kind of believe it. I see this is coming off right here. I don't doubt that it could get sucked in, but will it do damage? I'm not sure. Maybe there's a reason why these foam style filters are here, not on cars. We got RB maths, 7,000 yen. That's actually really cheap. Actually, there's another set right here that's a lot more. I wonder if these are faulty, and these are not. These look in better shape. I got a diff from an S2000. Random intercoolers and radiators. Ooh, this is interesting. A crankshaft for an S15 SR. Then you got a bunch of braces on this aisle. I see 2 Cusco strut bars for STIs. And another Cusco strut bar for the BRZ FRS chassis. Bunch of random stock suspension parts. Okay, I don't want to bore you guys with all these random parts that don't fit any of the cars that we have back at home, so I'm just gonna focus on stuff that I kind of find interesting, like these 326 coilovers for a FRS BRZ. But man, that's expensive. Even used, they're still super expensive. And again, you can't bring these back home on the plane. A bunch of more springs and coilovers and shocks and coilovers and coilovers and more coilovers. Did I mention they have coilovers? This seems to be a lot of people's favorite subject, and that is seats. We got a whole lot of brids. Some Recaros, more brids. Why is it that the brids are all plasticed up and they leave out the Recaros out in the open? What do they have against Recaros? Both of my cars have Recaros in them. My 240 has 2 SR3s, but they're in really rough condition, probably like a 5 out of 10. And in my Mark II, one of them actually came with an SR7, and I've actually grown to like that seat. It's a little bit bigger than I would like, but the car and the cabin inside is bigger, so it works well with the car. That's crazy that they have 1, 2, 3, 4 SR7s here. I haven't done my research on what the different models of SR7s are. From what I can tell real quick, some of them have a lower side than others. I don't know if that's the only difference. I don't know if height takes play into it. And then I think they got the lesser appealing ones at the bottom because the eye from up here can't really see them, but everything up here is within view of the eye and grabs your attention more. I'm actually not opposed to brids. I'm not like loyal to one specific brand. If it works, it works, and if one is better than the other, then I'll go for the better one. I can't believe I didn't see this guy hiding back here, but look at this, an SR3 for 41,000. It's not too bad of a condition. Also, it's got some rips right here. We got one little tear right here, and this side's starting to chafe a little bit. Another little tear right here. But just telling from the sides right here, they do look very, very wide. I don't know if they'll fit in my S13 because I have a door bar that goes across right here and it sticks out so much. I don't remember mine being this wide and sticking out. It's a great price, it's a great seat, but because of this, it makes me wanna double think if I wanna take the chance to see if I can get it and possibly make it fit. I didn't even notice that there's more seats on the other side, but these aren't any better than the ones that are on the other side at the bottom. They're more of the rejects, if you could call it that. This seat though has piqued my interest. It's a whole 10,000 yen difference from the other ones on the other side, and these are not as wide. It's actually very narrow. I wonder if this will be able to fit in my Mark II. Granted, it does have some tears right here, some stuff going on, but honestly, it looks like they just took it out of the car from the customer and didn't even bother to clean it up and just threw it on the shelf. I will ask the staff how you can go about shipping these back home. If I have to take this as a check-in and just wrap it up and pray and hope for the best that it survives, then I might do that, because that's a really good price for a seat that I was already looking to get to match my other SR7 in the Mark II, because I only have a driver's side. The passenger side still has the stock seat, and it's terrible. I feel so bad for my passengers because they're flying around. It's completely flat. It's a grandma seat, but that means I'll need seat mounts and rails as well. And they got a bunch right here, but I don't even know how to go about searching for the right one for my car. Maybe I'll ask the staff if I can't find anything online. But you got the wheel section over here. Honestly, it's not that great of a selection. These are all OEM wheels. And then you have a few select aftermarket ones, but yeah, the selection is not that great. Let's check out the headlights and see if we can find anything cool. R33s for 8,000. If anyone is looking to do the Odivia front end conversion, headlights for them are very cheap. Chaser headlights are super expensive. Yikes. If any FRS BRZ dudes can chime in and let us know if this is expensive or if this is a good deal for headlights. Now this, I understand, it's pretty justified because R30s are very rare. So I understand them being this price. If you haven't seen what an R30 Skyline is or what it looks like, I'll show you right here. Other than those, the rest are just commuter car headlights, and for cars that we do not have in the States. The taillight section is no different, but let's see if we can find anything familiar. A single FC taillight, I believe it's the left one. A single S2000 left taillight, and a couple of FRS taillights. The rest are for commuter cars, but the coolest thing here is these Zenki FD taillights. As far as side mirrors go, there's not much selection here. Daihatsus and random Toyotas. One cool thing they do have is Ganadors for a GC8. This is interesting. You got test pipes for SRs and RBs and for JZX 90s, and a downpipe for any JZX 100. 90s will have 1JZ non-VVTIs, and the 100s will have the VVTIs. That's it for the first floor, so we're gonna go on to the second one. On my way to the second floor, I saw these S15 headlights. Anybody need R34 taillights? Check this out, a Mercedes-Benz champagne glass. And for the ballers out there, we got a 34, 33 Nismo strut brace. Let's go on to upstairs. Looks like the second floor is UpGarage riders. Anything having to do with motorcycles or scooters, stuff like that. They've got a waiting room if you're getting your car serviced. Couches and tables and vending machines. And mangas also. I'm gonna speed run through the second floor because I know nothing about bikes and I don't want to bore you guys with stuff that isn't really car related, but I still wanted to show you what is on the second floor. You got a bunch of bikes, wheels, and bike parts. These are storage containers that you put either on the side of your bike or behind, kind of like as shown on this picture. A whole aisle just for pants. Granted, these are probably, oh yeah, see, leather. I expect these are made for riding. Yeah, these are like a thicker material, probably to help you stay safe in an accident. Then you got a whole row, top to bottom, of jackets, more suits and boots, buttload of helmets. And on this side as well. This little selection of helmets is actually really cool. I've been looking for an open face helmet to take with me to the track. That way I can hand it to a passenger and it's not a closed faced one and it's not like gross and used and sweaty. This one's actually really cool, but it looks way too small. Yeah, that's not happening. I know Arai is a very popular and cool brand, and they got a few of those here too. I'd like to check more of these helmets out, but I think we should probably move on. It's getting late, so I gotta speed run through all these aisles. You got, I don't know, random parts here, some frames, shocks, coilovers, whatever they're called for motorcycles. More wheels and tires. You got seats, more exhaust and mufflers, seats in the back, more shock, spring, coilover things, fairings, more fairings, fenders, seats. What would you call these on motorcycles? Windshields? 2 aisle full of mufflers and exhaust. More exhaust and mufflers and wheels and tires. Alright, that's it for this building. Let's go downstairs. That took a little longer than I thought. It's already dark out now. But look at that, we got an R34 and an Altezza. That Subaru is still getting worked on. Now to check out the wheels. A lot of OEM style wheels. I kind of have a feeling that a lot of these are going to be OEM style or OEM plus style wheels. So let's see if we can find any cool wheels. More OEM wheels. I think I found the section where they have the cooler wheels underneath here. The usual BBSs and emotions and oh shit, R34 wheels. 17-inch Meisters. More emotions and Ankies. BBSs. Good old Teehees. More emotions. I hate to be the messenger of bad news, guys, but UpGarage wheel selection is not what it used to be. There is an upstairs. I'll go check that out, and hopefully there is something worth looking at up there. You can dig through a bin of center caps. You'd be lucky to find something that you need. These Nissan ones. Let's go check upstairs. Okay, now we're talking. We got Panda Sports over here, and then Watanabe's up top. And at the bottom we got these work T7Rs, and it even tells you that this is the perfect spec for a Honda S660. The coolest wheel find so far, we got equipped 03s and 01s. Then we got some Ankies, some TEs, and a random assortment of OEM wheels. The other side is the same story, a bunch of OEM style wheels. Daihatsu, Suzuki, Daihatsu, Honda. One set of wets. And sitting on the shelf is more OEM wheels. BMW, Suzuki, some sort of Nissan wheels. What the hell is going on here? OEM Nissan wheels up there. Subaru, Toyota, more Subaru. Yeah, okay, we got some CE20. Oh, I'm sorry, CRKs. CE28s are down here. There's another aisle of wheels over here, but it's the same thing, just a bunch of OEM wheels. And we're out of here. Alright, time to give you guys my honest opinion. And I know it's not what you guys might want to hear, but UpGarage is not what it used to be. There's very few parts that I feel like people can come and grab for their cars, because everything gets bought out before it even hits the shelf, because things get sold online, or friends of the employees kind of get first dibs, and people are moving over to online stuff like eBay and Yahoo Auctions Japan. So the actual storefronts don't really have a lot of great selections anymore. That's not to say that you guys shouldn't come and check it out, if it's your first time in Japan. I have been coming to Japan since 2016, and I've been to a bunch all over the Tokyo area and the Osaka area, and if you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all. So for me, it's not a big deal coming to UpGarage. It's not really worth it. But like I said, I don't want to put you guys down and crush your dreams of coming here. It's still very cool to come and check out and see like how they go about doing used parts, but at a store. We don't have, actually no, I'm sorry, we do have one UpGarage in the States, and that's in Garden Grove, California. But to see where UpGarage first came from and to see how they do things over here, it is worth checking out for your first time. But check it out for yourself. Don't let me be the bearer of bad news for you guys. Don't let me tell you guys what to do. Come and check it out for yourself. I know this video was probably a little bit boring, but there really wasn't anything inside that was that interesting that I can show you guys. But we have a few more days here in Japan, so we will see what more stuff we can do before we have to leave. So until the next one, I appreciate you guys watching and sticking around, and I'll catch you on the next one.